guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to make this video as authentic as possible. I've been asking the Lord, what should I do with this channel? What type of content should I produce? What should I put out there? And I only have been doing that is because this YouTube channel actually came to me in a dream, probably about 5-6 years ago. It came to me in a dream, and from there I just was very afraid to put myself on the internet. Like, who really wants to put their life on the internet for everybody to judge, for everybody to post their opinions, you know, people that you don't even know watching, you know, stuff like that. I'm like, why would I want to do that? But I felt like that the Lord was just encouraging me that I had a story to tell, and that I may be able to inspire so many other people to dream out, or live out their purpose just based off of me. So I wanted to be as comfortable as possible when I made this video. So yesterday I actually ordered a book off Amazon called The Wait by Meagan and DeVon Franklin, which is her husband. And in the book they basically describe what was the whole purpose of the wait and how the wait changed their life. Now, the wait basically means that you're going to stop trying to take control of your life. Like, stop trying to make stuff happen in relationships, in your sex life, in your career, you know, all of that, of which we as humans tend to try to control. And it's really up to the Creator to control it. And I took away a lot of things from that. And one, I know for a fact that I am going to be celibate until I'm married, and it's mainly because I know that I'm designed to be a wife, just based off of my past relationships, how caring I am, how hardworking I am, how loving I am, how supportive I am. I know that I was meant to be a wife. Like, I fall in love quickly because I take everything very seriously, because I just don't think life is a joke. Like, life is something that was beautifully created by God. And I was even afraid on YouTube to talk about my intimate relationship that I have with God. And I was just like, man, people are not gonna want to hear that. And you know, he just kept reminding me, like, Jasmine, I'm living my life through you. It's not about what you want. And sometimes it be so hard to accept that from God. Like, you know, it sounds mean to say, but it's not about my opinion. Like, he created my life, he designed everything before I even thought about what I would have wanted to do with my life. And I just, you know, it's more the way I develop an intimate relationship with him also is through his word. Like, I continue to read the Bible. Now, on January 1st of this year, actually, I got saved. Now, I always grew up in a Christian household. My grandmother was an evangelist. My grandfather was a bishop. My mother, she made us go to church. And once we got that opportunity to decide if we wanted to go to church or not, I went straight to working, and mainly because I was just always in a rush I need to get my first apartment, my first car, I need to stay on point. And I noticed that a lot of the things that I was doing was driven by external factors. Like, why was I such in a rush to get my house? Why was I such in a rush to get a car? Why am I such in a rush to change my hair every so often? And I noticed, like, I was very insecure. Like, I was in a very insecure place, and a lot of people around me were in a very insecure place, that I wasn't even able to recognize what insecurity really looked like. But slowly but surely, the Lord just started to reveal to me. Like, when I would just have conversations like, oh, I got daddy issues. Anybody with daddy issues is never gonna be successful. She's always gonna be a hoe. She always gonna have some type of insecurity. And then he'll just show me examples of people who had daddy issues that were successful, and I would make excuses like, oh, that's just because their mother was successful, or anything that I could possibly come up with to basically say that couldn't be my life. Until one day I just decided, like, I'm gonna take control. And I think it was actually last month in May, at the beginning of the month, I just decided, like, I'm gonna take control of the decisions that I make, and I'm gonna let the Lord basically control my life. So I'm gonna take control by taking the back step and knowing that I'm not the person that designed all of this, and I can't control all of this. So I decided that I am gonna give up sex. I had a food addiction at one point for many years, just off of stress. but I think I eliminated that issue where I'm not an emotional eater anymore. And then like I was self-medicating. I was smoking weed daily, you know, and I felt like that I was so depressed that I was doing that I couldn't even come clean to, you know, my support system to let them know like what type of problems I was having. And I did disclose it with some people, but the people that I was disclosing it with, they were having the same issues too. And I just made a conscious decision that I cannot allow my controlling techniques, such as me trying to fix broken people, me trying to get people to be in relationships with me trying to show people what their potential is like. Like when you say people have potential, that's a very scary ground to be walking on, because you can see it and sometimes that person can't see it, and then it's like you may end up draining yourself or missing out on your blessings just simply because you're trying to get this person to see the light at the end of the tunnel, that you're trying to do God work. Once again, like you're trying to take control over the situation, and I just had enough of that. I'm a planner, you know, the Lord blessed me with wisdom, so I always try to plan out stuff like, okay, by this time I need to be here, there. Now I'm living my life day by day. I feel like that I'm not rushing anything, only because I know that there's lessons that need to be learned in the process of this waiting period. Like I've been in a waiting period for about, oh man, I want to say a little over a year, about 18 months. I've been in a waiting period, and a waiting period of really just of developing my character. I know that that's ultimately what God wants for me, and I really didn't want to make this video. I promise. I'm like, Lord, why do I have to go on here and talk about my downfalls like that though? Like, why you want me to put myself out there like that? And I know that it's a greater purpose. I know that I'm gonna help somebody, and I wanted to show you guys my progress. You know, I want to be very open with you guys and honest, like communication, right? I want this to be an intimate channel. Like I want to get you guys feedbacks, like was there any bad habits that you have to get over? Just let me know, and how did you get over that? And I know for a fact that I'm gonna be successful. Like everything is a mindset, so I'm just ready to take on the world. And I think that I needed to make this video because I know how promising my future can be if I just stop trying to control everything, stop trying to self-medicate myself, you know, stop trying to fix broken situations, and open my eyes and ears to what's around me. I pray every so often. I'm constantly praying for wisdom, strength, discipline. I'm constantly praying for that because there's so many issues that the Lord is still working on with me, and it's just like I needed to show somebody on camera as a living witness that the Creator is still here. Like he's still relevant in 2017. Like I just remember thinking one time, especially when I lost my virginity, that oh well, I might as well continue to have sex, because it's not like I'm saving sex until marriage now. Like my husband isn't gonna get my virginity. But that's the complete opposite of what you should be thinking. Like now that you have the knowledge that you have that you shouldn't be having sex, stop having it. And that goes for males too. I feel like a lot of y'all pride is in y'all penis, and it's in y'all pockets. And it's just like, I feel like that when you take away that, when you can't have sex with a girl and you can't buy her love, all you got left is yourself and your mental and what you can provide for her. And that's the most powerful thing ever if you want longevity, because nobody can take away what y'all got, what type of intimacy y'all can form just based off of that, of you bringing your authentic self, not your money and not your penis, to secure a relationship. That is so possible, you guys. And then like something else that dawned on me, if I want somebody to love me for myself, I gotta love me for myself. I can't walk around here looking like somebody other than what I really am. I am a black girl, period, point blank. When I put in weave, I feel like a totally different girl. And I just feel like that it's okay. It's nothing wrong with changing up your appearance. That's not what I'm trying to say, look like how you were born, because none of us look like how we really were born. Everybody has changed. But I'm saying, like, I want to look as close as possible like myself, so that when I do see people that I want to attract, I don't want to send the wrong messages. Like I don't want to send a message that this is what my hair looked like, and it's really not, you know. And I was having that battle when it came to makeup too. Like, do you really want to wear makeup? Because makeup is making up or enhancing the features you already have. And I pick my days that I wear makeup and I don't, you know what I mean? I feel like that since I'm on YouTube and I'm making a video, and I feel like that since 2017 you live in a world of perfection, I'll get a lot more viewers by having makeup than not having makeup. Maybe that's just how my mind is, and God is still working on me. I may have a whole different philosophy by tomorrow or the next hour, but that's kind of how I feel sometimes. And I think that's what's most authentic about me, is I can be honest with myself and I can be honest with God, but it's really hard for me to be honest with the world in times when it comes to my insecurities and my weaknesses, right? Like, everybody has strengths and weaknesses, and I feel like that it's really hard for me to speak about my weaknesses, because in my brain I just feel like that I guess I'm not supposed to have them. I guess I want to be God and I ain't God. I guess that's really what it is, because we all have strengths, weaknesses, and that's just what it is at the end of the day. And it's about, you know, life is so much more than picking up a blunt or picking up a bottle or even working. Like, just distracting yourself away from your true feelings and how you truly feel about yourself and life in general. Life is a beautiful thing, you guys. And I would not have been this person to say that last year. I promise you. Like, I would have just said life is what you make it. You got to make a living. Like, life was not designed for you to make a living. Like, God created you to be somebody already. So it's not about you trying to make ends meet. That's the devil's work. And I'll do a whole separate video on how the devil tries to trap you, because I've seen it time and time again, and I can see him when he's coming, and I can feel him when he's coming, and I know when it's his work and when it's God's work. And it took me a very long time to decipher what's God's voice and what's the devil's trap, because I'm telling you, the minute you say you want to change something about yourself, he's gonna be after you. He does not want God to get the glory at all whatsoever. The minute you get married, you get in a relationship, he gonna send you all type, the devil, right, gonna send you all type of negative people, things, or substance, and just put these doubts in your head. I think that's the biggest thing that he did for me, is like, he made me doubt myself in so many different areas. And it's like everybody has setbacks. So when I was to have a setback, I would just get all these negative, oh, you're never gonna be anything, you're always gonna be in poverty, you know what I'm saying? Like, you think you're a model, you think you this, you think you're that, you're none of that. And those were the thoughts that was not godly, you know what I mean? I know where it was coming from, and I just didn't know how to combat it. And the way you combat that is through the word. You gotta stay in your word. Those scriptures will live in your heart. Your life will reflect those scriptures. And don't let a devil or anybody try to tell you scientifically that this isn't real. If this is what I want to say, if it works for your spirit, go for it. And you know that feeling, that warm, fuzzy feeling that you get when somebody is speaking to your spirit. Hopefully that's what I'm doing for this video to some of my viewers, because that's what I want to do. God is real and he is here. And you guys, like, the devil, like, more than ever, he is active a lot of people's souls. He wants to steal, kill, and destroy everything and anybody he can get his hands on. And the more you submit yourself to substances and people that are weakening your development, and you know it though, let it go and pray about it. God will give you strength and discipline to carry out whatever plans you need to carry out. You might be the next person sitting on the next biggest dream for your family. And because you're so selfish and so prideful and don't want to connect with people, you know, text messages is not connecting. What about before technology, you guys? How did you connect with a person? You had to actually go to them. Let's get out in the world and explore, you guys. Let's do this. I know we can do this. I have so much courage and faith. Like, I see the world through these lenses now, where I see where the devil is trying to do his work, and I see where God is coming, and he's gonna take all that over. But he need us though. He need all of us. It's not just one person. It's not just Jasmine on here talking. You start something up. You make a positive influence. Point blank period, you guys. And this came straight from the heart, straight from the dome. Anytime I make a video, I pray before it because I want the Lord to speak through me. I always pray, live your life in me and through me. And I may even make a separate video on how I pray because I feel like that my prayers are very powerful. Yours can too if you just unleash it and just believe in yourself. Everything is mental, man. Like, watch my video on self-efficacy. Everything is mental. It's what you believe and what you think you're capable of is what comes through. When you believe that you're not worthy of something, that's what's gonna show. Unconsciously, if that's what you're thinking, that's what's gonna show. Period. See y'all later.